Welcome to our channel Rare Coins Hub. Think of a penny, a small coin, easily overlooked, often dismissed. Now, imagine that this very coin, one from 1984 today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 1984 USA penny, uncovering what makes it stand out and why collectors around the world are scrambling to find these rare gems. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, so make sure you watch until the end. Could you be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it? And if you're like me, you've probably lost more pennies under the couch cushions than you care to admit. But this one? It's worth crawling around for. Let's take a moment to appreciate the history and legacy of the penny. From its first minting in 1793, the humble penny has evolved through countless designs, capturing the essence of American history in its tiny copper frame. But the 1984 penny carries a story all its own, part of the era when the U.S. Mint shifted materials and refined production methods. For many, it's just another coin, but for collectors, it represents a turning point in minting history. This coin has a fascinating backstory that makes it both unique and valuable in ways most people would never expect. Yet history is only part of the equation. It's the rare qualities of the 1984 penny that really set it apart. One of the reasons the 1984 penny has captured so much attention is due to its rarity and unique errors. Some of these pennies were produced with a specific error known as the doubled die. This doubling is usually on the obverse side, affecting the words liberty and the date, 1984. These doubling errors are subtle but distinct, and they send collectors into a frenzy. If you happen to have a penny with this error, it could be worth a small fortune. This kind of error wasn't intentional, which makes each of these flawed pennies both unique and highly sought after. Now, don't rush off to your coin collection just yet. Because this isn't the only detail that can increase its value. Let's keep going. Next up, let's talk about condition. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect, flawless coin. If you find a 1984 penny with that rare doubling error and it's in pristine condition, you're looking at a collector's dream. A penny in top-notch condition, with no signs of wear and tear, no nicks, scratches, or corrosion, could easily multiply in value. Every tiny imperfection matters in the world of coin collecting, and flawless pieces are rare. So, if you've got a 1984 penny, maybe hold off on tossing it in a wishing well. Who knows, it might just be the most valuable thing you own. Now, let's talk about some eye-watering numbers. Certain 1984 pennies with these unique characteristics, rare errors, excellent condition, or both, have commanded impressive sums at auction. Recently, these coins have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and in rare cases, much more. Collectors and investors alike flock to these auctions, and the energy is palpable. The thought of owning a piece of history, especially one that's rare and valuable, is too tempting for many to resist. These aren't just coins, they're investments. And if you happen to hold one of these prized pennies, you could be looking at a hefty payoff. Another factor that contributes to the value of a 1984 penny is its mint mark, the tiny letter on the coin indicating where it was produced. Pennies minted in Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco carry these marks, and each mint has its own production quirks. Sometimes, coins from a particular mint are rarer or show unique features. These tiny variations can make all the difference when determining a coin's value. So, when examining your pennies, keep an eye out for those subtle details. They could turn a common coin into a collector's treasure. So, what's next? It's time to check your coins. Grab your 1984 pennies and take a close look. Examine the details, check for the double die error, inspect the mint mark, and assess the condition. If you think you've got something special, consider having it professionally graded. The best part? You don't need to be a seasoned collector to find these hidden treasures. Many people discover valuable coins in jars of old change, tucked away in forgotten corners of their homes. You never know, you could be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. The 1984 USA penny reminds us that value isn't always obvious. Sometimes, a small, overlooked item can hold incredible worth. The question is, do you have one of these treasures waiting to be discovered? And remember, value doesn't only come from rare coins. If you're interested in growing your wealth, check out my next video on the power of compounding. Understanding compounding could be just as life-changing as finding a rare coin, and it's easier than you might think. Click the link on your screen now, and start exploring the possibilities. The top 2 coin of USA 1 penny from the year 1999. In just 10 minutes, we'll cover what makes this year's coin stand out, why collectors are clamoring for it, and how you could be sitting on a valuable treasure without even knowing. Don't miss a second of this, because there's a lot of money on the line. Now, don't go flipping over every penny you find just yet. Let's dive in together. You'll need to know exactly what to look for. The 1999 penny marked the close of a century and was a significant year for coin production in the United States. This penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Series, a design that had been in circulation since 1959. By the end of the 20th century, it symbolized a sense of American heritage and history, representing over 40 years of tradition, but what makes this penny stand out is more than its place in history. It's about rare errors and peculiarities that were accidentally produced, making certain 1999 pennies incredibly desirable to collectors worldwide. Not all pennies are created equal, especially when it comes to the 1999 penny. Some were minted with a unique error known as the wide AM variant. This particular error affects the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin. In a standard penny, the letters touch or are close, but in the rare error coins, they're spaced farther apart. It's this subtle difference that turns an everyday penny into a collector's dream. These wide AM pennies can fetch thousands of dollars, depending on their condition. But here's where it gets even more interesting: condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. Even a rare 1999 penny won't fetch top dollar if it's heavily worn or damaged. Collectors value pennies based on a grading scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being absolutely flawless. If your 1999 penny with the wide AM error is in near-perfect condition, the value skyrockets. Imagine this: that penny tossed in a drawer, untouched, could be worth exponentially more than one that's been through years of wear and tear. So next time you're about to throw pennies into a fountain, maybe check them first. They could be better off in your pocket. These valuable 1999 pennies have made their way to auction, selling for astonishing prices. Collectors, eager to own a piece of rare American history, have paid as much as $10,000 for a single coin in pristine condition. But in some instances, with multiple favorable factors, these rare pennies can reach unbelievable figures, as high as $96,000. The energy at these auctions is intense, as each bidder hopes to claim a piece of numismatic history. Owning a rare penny isn't just about the value, it's about preserving a unique and storied artifact. So, what if you have one of these pennies yourself? Let's explore the key features that could make your coin extraordinary. To identify a valuable 1999 penny, you'll need to examine a few key areas carefully. First, grab a magnifying glass. Look closely at the reverse side, specifically at America. In the valuable wide AM error, the letters A and M have noticeable spacing between them. If the letters are almost touching, it's likely a standard issue and not the valuable variant. Collectors also look for overall clarity and sharpness in the design. If you've got a 1999 penny that looks flawless and shows the wide AM, it's time to consider having it graded by a professional. Mint marks play a role in determining value too. Most 1999 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. However, pennies with no visible mint mark were made in Philadelphia, which adds a level of scarcity in combination with the error. These subtle variations make the 1999 penny a fascinating find for collectors and investors. And the potential value of these rare coins is astounding. Now, if you're wondering if that little penny you have could really make you rich, here's the final word on what these coins are worth. Today's humble 1999 penny could be worth as much as $96,000. With its rare error, perfect condition, and that tiny yet significant detail on the reverse side, this penny has risen in both historical and monetary value. So, don't overlook those small details or common items. They may hold more value than you ever imagined. If you're intrigued by the hidden potential of everyday objects, check out my next video on the power of compounding. Understanding how to multiply your wealth might just be as impactful as finding a rare coin. Click the link on your screen now to learn more. The top 3 USA 1 penny from the year 2010. Imagine finding something extraordinary in your pocket change, something worth more than its weight in gold, a coin so ordinary yet so potentially valuable, it could fetch up to $82,000 at auction. but before you go digging through your piggy bank, let's uncover what makes this seemingly average penny stand out. In just 10 minutes, you'll learn how a 2010 penny could hold the power to change your fortune. Each detail matters, and I'll show you why, so hold off on tossing that penny in a fountain just yet, you might be throwing away a fortune. On the surface, the 2010 penny might look like just another coin from your change jar. But 2010 marked a significant time in US mint history, a period when certain design shifts and minting techniques led to some interesting errors. In a way, these pennies are little time capsules, capturing a piece of numismatic history. These error coins, as they're called, can range from minor blemishes to unique design quirks that make collectors go wild. But these aren't just for coin enthusiasts. Everyday people like you and me could be sitting on an unexpected windfall. Now, what makes this penny potentially worth thousands? Let's talk about the hidden gems that give these coins their worth. Mistakes happen even in the high-stakes world of minting. Some 2010 pennies have rare mint errors that create distinct variations. A common error to look for is doubling, where details like Lincoln's face or the lettering appear slightly duplicated due to a production mishap. These minor imperfections can turn an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. Another rare feature? Misalignments and die cracks. These aren't just flaws, they're badges of rarity that add considerable value. It's these kinds of tiny, unplanned details that make each error coin unique and sought after by collectors. While the error itself is key, the condition of the coin is what really sets its value. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70, with 70 being flawless. Think about it, a mint-condition penny with a rare error is like finding a needle in a haystack, making it even more valuable. For a 2010 penny to reach top dollar, it has to be nearly perfect, no scratches, no discoloration, just pure, preserved beauty. If you've got a 2010 penny that looks untouched, especially with any rare error, you're sitting on a true treasure. Remember, even the smallest blemish can drastically impact the final value. Basically, this is the one penny you don't want to throw in the washing machine. Rare 2010 pennies have already found their way to high-stakes auctions, where they've caught the attention of eager collectors and investors. One penny with a unique error and near-perfect condition can command prices as high as $20,000. In some instances, a well-preserved and exceptionally rare penny has fetched as much as $82,000. Yes, for a single penny, these impressive prices aren't just for hype. Serious buyers understand the historical and cultural value behind these rare coins. And as more people discover the allure of these hidden gems, the value only continues to climb. Now that we know what's possible, let's discuss how you can determine if you've got one of these coveted coins. To spot a valuable 2010 penny, start with a close inspection under good lighting. Look carefully for doubling on Lincoln's face, letters, or any subtle misalignments in the design. A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe can help you catch these tiny details. Also, pay attention to the mint mark, which indicates where the coin was produced. Certain mint marks and production locations, like Philadelphia or Denver, could slightly impact rarity, depending on the error. Mint marks, though small, can have a significant impact. Most 2010 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and Denver, and those from each mint carry their own unique production qualities. Variants or unusual traits specific to a mint can add to the rarity factor, especially when combined with an error or exceptional condition. So, remember, it's not just about what's on the coin's surface, it's the entire story behind it that determines its value. If you've got a 2010 penny with a rare error in pristine condition, you may be holding onto something worth up to $82,000. From tiny minting details to an almost perfect state of preservation, each aspect adds to the allure and value of this coin. It's a true testament to the idea that valuable treasures can often be hiding in plain sight. If you enjoy discovering the hidden value in this coin, you'll love exploring the power of compounding. Click on the link to watch my next video and learn how this powerful concept can amplify your financial growth over time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share.